I have to tell you about a little boy. He was sitting in yeshiva, and he wasn't learning. He was, like they say, ADD, ADHD, and I hate these things, by the way. You know why? Should I tell you why? Because when the kid grows older, he gets stamped. That when he was 6th grade, they stamped him his whole life. He thinks that he has ADD, and he has ADD, and he can't go forward. It's not true. By the way, it's not true. It's such a yetzer hara that heaven forbid this person who pronounced him that he can't focus and he can't concentrate. It could affect him forever. This kid, and he wants to be a big Torah scholar. He could never back out. Why? It's like the elephant. I told you about the elephant once, right? There was one time an elephant. He was born. Right? And the owner of the elephant didn't want the elephant to run away. Correct? Yes or no? He didn't want the elephant to run away. So what did the owner do? He put a chain on the elephant's foot and tied it on the what's it called? On the fence. And every time the elephant was getting older, he was trying to pull out of the fence, trying to pull out. He couldn't do it anymore. Every time he pulls out, he can't do it anymore. Finally, he says he doesn't even try anymore. So he stopped. All of a sudden, when the elephant got older, the owner clipped the chain. All of a sudden, the elephant doesn't move. Why is he not moving? Doesn't move because he got stunted in his brain that he can't move. So even after he got cut, same thing with a little child. Heaven forbid. If you stunt his growth when, you're going to be a nobody, you're going to be, how many times you have the teacher say, you're the biggest troublemaker, you can't get, haram. What do you mean? You caused me a troublemaker? So his whole life he thinks he's a troublemaker. His whole life he can't advance. Why? Because he was always tied down to that lock. They're always sending him to the resource, always sending him to this, sending him to that. And he always thinks, and they're always labeling him that he's going to be a nobody, that he's a zero, that he's this, that. So even when he gets out of the school, and he's trying to, let's say, do something in life successfully, he's like, I'm not a success. They told me in school I'll never be able to do this, and I'll never be able to do that. So he's stumped. He's like that elephant. You have to be very, very careful. So this little boy ended up going to one big Rebbe. And the Rebbe said, what's the matter? He says, my son, he doesn't want to learn. Help him. He says, bring him here. So he brought him here. He says, listen, my dear son. He gave him the confidence. The Rebbe gave him the confidence. You have to give kids confidence. You could do it. You're a Sadiq. You're a Saddiqit. You're my angel. You're my Sadiq. You're my Chacham. You're going to give barakah one day. Give them a chizuk. Don't try to put them down. Don't try to put them down. Anyways, so the guy says, I have a question for you. He says, and you're going to answer me the question because you're a big Chacham. So the kid says, me? Rabbi, you don't know me. They tell me in school. He says, no. You're going to be a big Chacham. He says, okay, tell me what's the question. He says, I have a Beit Din case. What's the Beit Din case? Shoes and the Sefer Torah. The shoe took the Sefer Torah to the Beit Din. He says, what? The shoe and the Sefer Torah? What does it have to do with anything? He says, let me tell you. The shoe, where does the shoe come from? Shoe comes from where? Where does it come from? Leather. Where does leather come from? Let's say a cow. Correct? Yes or no? Okay. Where does Sefer Torah come? The cloth comes from? From the cow leather. So the shoe tells the Beit Din. He does not understand. We both came from a cow. He came from this cow. I was in the barn next to him, and he was sitting next to me. And they took this cow, they made me out of shoe. They took this cow, they made me out of cloth, out of Sefer Torah. It's not right. He says, what do you mean? He says, me by the shoe, what do? They trample on me. They put me in the dirt. They put me in the mud. And when I'm done, they throw me in the garbage. Sefer Torah, he gets out. They all stand up for him. They all kiss him. They all hug him. They all dance with him. And when he's done, they don't just throw him in the garbage. They bury him. They bury him in Genizah. What happened over here? I was this cow and he was that cow. So he tells the kid, who's right? The kid says, Sefer Torah is right. He says, why? They trample on the leather of the shoe. They did that. He says, yeah, but you have to understand. How much work did they invest in this Sefer Torah of working it? They had to, carve it out. They had to shine it. They had to shellac it. They had to process it much more. Pair of shoe, they didn't have to process so much. They just put it like that. So he says, son, that's the same thing. He tells this boy, listen, boy, listen to what you were just saying. You want everybody to respect you and honor you? You got to work hard. You got to work hard. Like the Sefer Torah, it worked hard till it got to the place that it got to. The shoe, 2 seconds, they put a shellac over, they put a shine, they put a spray, they put shoes, go walk. Of course, they didn't do any work. Abotai, we want to get front row Gan Eden. After 120 years, we're going to all see, you're going to come back and say, hey, what was this all? You got to work hard. You got to work hard. You want to be chacham, you got to work hard. You want to be tzaddiket, you got to work hard. It's not going to come easy. Oh, give me this, give me that. No. Otherwise, you got to work hard. And Bezrat Hashem, when you work hard, you're going to see results. You're going to see success. HaKadosh Baruch Hu is going to shower with you with all the success, because the second he sees you trying a little bit, he's going to open up all the doors. I have a guy over here. He started coming here. He started trying. Now he's able to learn with a havruta in the Mei Yeshiva. What happened over here? He opened up a little bit. Said, Rabbi, I want to learn more torah. Now he's learning in the Mei Yeshiva havruta, because he did the initiative to start. Once you start, HaKadosh Baruch Hu opens up the doors. You want to be tzeniut? Oh, some people are going to start giving you comments. Sometimes the Yetzirah is going to get you. Oh, she starts being tzeniut. The mother-in-law is complaining. His sister-in-law. No. Hashem will give you siyata d'shmaya, and you'll see the success. You'll fight all the barriers, and you'll see you become tzaddik, Bezrat Hashem.